morning. It's about 10:30 in the morning here, so late start for us. It's day 6 of our motorbike trip. We are in a campground that iOverlander recommended. It's basically just a little wooded area under a tree. Very scenic. We put all of our camp stuff. We got here pretty late the night last night. Just as we were about to cook, we had quite a drunk local come in his 4x4, spoke to us and was having a good old rant, even though we could barely understand half of it. And then and then about an hour or two later, he came back with 2 of his mates and his dog, and we were chatting for another hour or so, trying to invite us to his house and all this stuff. So that was quite a funny interaction. Really annoyed that I didn't get any of that on camera. I then stood on some human poo so that was all over my foot and my flip-flop. So that was not the highlight of the trip so far, especially when you're camping. It's luckily there's a stream down there, so I've scrubbed my foot until it was red raw. Yay! So the plan today is to ride a couple of hours to a place called Cortin. We want to spend a couple of nights somewhere in like a paid campground, just so that we can have a shower and do a bit of laundry and just kind of reset and get all our bikes ready for the next part of our trip, which is us sort of going over the high pass of the Andes, cross the border via Pino Hichado, and then coming back in and kind of doing a bit of a wiggle motion through and going down south towards Ushuaia. So looking forward to having a couple of days off and to start the next stint of the trip.
So as we've got a day off the bikes, I thought it's probably a good idea to give them a little once over, just check things over. I'm gonna have a look at the air filters, check the chain tension and give that a little oil, probably clean the fork seals and just go over every little nut and bolt, make sure it's there, make sure they're all nice and tight. Yeah. Just using the time wisely today. Good morning. Welcome to a bit of a chilly morning here. We've just both been for cold showers on the campsite, as they don't turn the hot water on till later in the day. So yeah, we're just warming up a little bit and packing the bikes up. You can see down here that my trousers are out, waiting for the sun to come down and dry them up. Hayley decided to not put the little nozzle onto her water bladder last night whilst it was in the tent, and it leaked out all over my trousers, and yeah, they're soaked already before we're starting. So
It's funny because I was lecturing you about whether your nozzle was closed yesterday, and then mine wasn't anyway.
And then she didn't do it.
Oopsie.
Never mind. So yeah, a little bit slower, waiting for everything to dry and the sun to come into the valley.
It's coming through now, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks nice now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get packed up, and then the plan is to head to Pino Hichado mountain pass and cross over into Argentina. The pass is around 1,800 meters, so we should do a little bit of climbing on the bikes before we get there. Hopefully we get some nice views. Yeah, it'd be a nice scenic ride up there. Hopefully it's all straightforward going through border control.
The border's open. I found a website that tells you all that information, which is good. A bit late in the game to be finding that out just now, but nevertheless, it's all good. So hopefully that website is accurate, and
Plain sailing.
Shouldn't have any issues. But
let's see. Okay, loading up, leaving camp, ready to ride to Pino Hichado, over the high pass and hopefully into Argentina. We're just entering one of the first of many tunnels, I think, as we head through this mountain. It's pretty cool, one way. Not exactly the brightest in here. So we've just arrived a little bit earlier than what we thought, and this seems to be where we have to go through customs. And we've just been shouted at for some reason, so we'll go and get everything stamped in there and see how that goes. Hayley?
Yep.
Do you know you've just driven us up a one-way street?
No, I've not, have I?
Yes, you have. Look, there's a car coming at you. And
well, why don't we just reverse it and then just park it here? I didn't realise this was one-way street.
yeah.
Oh.
Should have just done as he told us. Park the bikes on the side of the road where he told us.
Mm.
On our own for the first border crossing. I'm just gonna stand outside here with the bikes. I'll go in after her.
Okay, so that's me stamped out of Chile and officially exported my motorbike out of here. Matt's just gone in to do his whilst I look after the bikes, and then once that's done we can go through to Argentina and do the same process there to import our bikes and stamp us in.
Okay, I'm stamped out of Chile. They stamped the second part of the carnet and then stamped my passport out. It was pretty straightforward. So Hayley did all the hard work going in there first. I think she had to go in and negotiate everything with them and explain to them about the carnet. Sorry, come off the wrong way. Ugh. Passport? Yes.
Aquí.
Okay.
Gracias.
Adios.
Adios. It's funny, isn't it? Because like there's so much conflicting information about the Carneades Passage. Obviously, we've got them because, you know, when we spoke to the Australian Automotive Association, they were like, you need these. But all the forums we've read suggest that you don't even need them for South America, which is probably why when I showed my Carneades Passage to customs just then, they were looking at me like, and looking at every single piece of paper like, what the hell is this?
You'll probably don't see them very often.
No.
Because you can just get temporary import permits here.
Yeah. So we're not going to be in Argentina for too long this time round, are we?
No, I think we're just going to stay here for 2 nights maybe. This first night, we're not going too far from the border, we're just going to try and stay by a lake that I found. Hopefully there's a campsite there. Then, yeah, another day's riding, another camp spot. And then we'll come back to Chile, I think.
Argentina.
Como 7 kilómetros está la aduana de Argentina.
1 kilómetro.
Ustedes vienen de abajo, van saliendo del país. Argentina. Tienen que seguir por ahí.
So this.
Aquí se hace, cuando usted entra al país, entra y sale por ahí. Ahí abajo, va por adelante.
Okay.
Gracias.
Yeah, so this is going into Chile, not the other way around.
Hola.
We're officially in Argentina.
To Argentina.
Hola. Oh.
Gracias. Here we are.
In Argentina.
Argentina.
So we're going to turn right here. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a cafe there if you want to eat something, or we just keep going. Up to you.
So we've just stopped for some lunch pretty much as soon as we got into Argentina, which was lovely. And now we're jumping on this gravel road for about 60 k's till we get to the lake, which I can't quite remember the name of, and hopefully we have a little camping spot by the lake for the evening. just dropped down out of the mountains, and you can see the lake now. It is beautiful. They've been doing a bit of road work, so this road it's gone from a nicer rough to a very rough for the last hour or so, but we're going to peel off soon. Straight down the middle of the bridge. So it's 20 past 4, about 33 degrees. Looking forward to getting out of this. We just pulled up at what we hope is our campsite for the night. Just right next to the lake.
What a beaut.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Let's go for a dip.
Yeah, let's get in the water.
I'm melting in this armour.